Of course, Rubik, one of the most classic counters against Omni. All his spells are good, you steal whatever. It's gonna be very good, especially if you're able to steal that ult. You gotta be very careful when you're this Omni Knight.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, I don't really understand the Omni pick because, as you
5
said, a ton of
seconds
magic damage, and Axe is all about dealing pure damage if he's in that 1 or even 3 position. So it's a little bit curious.
Dire team ban.
Another carry patch.
What's going on?
Turn to ban.
I don't know, dude.
What? It's a pudge. We were memeing for a while. I know LGD were memeing for a bit. I know Neon were having a crack at it. This is your playoff match. Execration, they're for real. They're like, all right, pudge. Maybe it's viable as a one.
It is viable if you can, like, if you're comfortable with it, right? Like, it's still a snowbally-ish hero, but it has a lot of good things going for it. BKB, Pierce, and Disable. You have a repositioning tool. You have a saving tool.
Remaining.
If you go for this Aghanim's, you have an anti-healing tool.
5
a ton of damage.
remaining.
Like, the hero it's legit. I do still think, though, a lot of teams
Dire
and
team
players
pick.
aren't super comfortable playing with it or around it. Like LGD, at first, they looked really bad with it, but the more they picked it, like, the better it looked, you know?
Yeah, we'll see if Execration, how much time they've had to play around with the pudge and if they're comfortable with it in this game one. But we're looking for an offlaner here. Sand King Mars banned out for the last phase for Fnatic. Anything still available that would be nice to pair with the Mirana? Could you?
It's pretty hard at this point. Maybe.
Scent looks okay.
My Centaur looks okay. Maybe go back to old school. Go offlane Sven. No problem. Honestly, Sven offlane or +4 is really underrated. Like, the Warcry gives your entire team so much. It's actually an insane spell.
Yeah, we saw a while ago that some of the European teams were trying to play the Sven as a support. Didn't get too much game time, but the Warcry does give you a lot of utility.
They're gonna Warcry for 8 seconds. You get 20% bonus speed, 15 armor. With the talent, you get 25 armor for 8 seconds.
What's the cooldown?
20 seconds.
Yeah.
But at level 10, you have a +3 second duration talent, so the downtime is 9 seconds.
Remaining.
And that's a massive buff. 25 armor, 20% MS is insane.
Remaining.
Alright, well, what are we... So still, would you rather the Axe be a 3 or a 1 this game here for Fnatic? Because they've got that flex.
I think I would love to just see a carry that matches up well against Brewmaster. Because, like, if they do carry X now, they lose the early game. Execration has a lot of early game heroes now. You're gonna be in a little bit of a pickle. I do think it's gonna be Axe offlane. They're just gonna pick a hard carry for Raven, probably. Something like a Spectre looks pretty decent. Or Medusa. Let's go classic.
Yeah, matches up well versus the Templar Assassin as well. And I'm gonna go Death Prophet.
Okay, so it's a carry Axe.
Okay, well, the percent damage is going to be really nice. A lot of damage over time with the tier. You've got an immense amount of tower taking potential, and the team fight from Fnatic is through the roof. It's going to be so difficult for Execration to actually go 5-on-5 versus the Radiant lineup.
Yeah, they have percentage damage in 2 ways. Of course, all the pure damage from Axe is going to be absolutely massive as well. And this Omni Knight doesn't really seem like he's gonna do a ton, to be honest. Maybe you're better off not casting your ult so Rubik doesn't get a chance to steal it.
It doesn't even look like the... What are you stopping with physical right clicks? Like, there's nothing.
Well, the Death Prophet Ghosts. And maybe like a little bit of damage from the Axe, but most of it is gonna be pure anyways. And they just picked it purely because this Pudge Omni lane is super strong. And also come mid-game, of course, there's a lot of good synergy. The bonus strength, you get extra dismember damage, all that good stuff. But they are... Honestly, with this pick, Fnatic isn't super all-in the early game. They have Axe and Death Prophet who can scale decently. Lashrock is a little bit rough to play and to patch late game, just because he has so much damage resistance. But it's gonna be an interesting game. Like I want to see what this patch Omni lane can do. It's very old school. It's like Dota 1 stuff. So
Actually, how we feel about this game one for Fnatic and Execration? A big upper bracket round one. We get to see kind of the Pudge in a little bit less of a meme aspect, and then Fnatic going for their kind of classic Raven axe that they've kind of introduced after seeing LGD played at a very high level. How are we feeling about this draft?
honestly, both of the drafts, they look pretty unique in their own ways. So I'm just pretty excited to see what they can bring to the table. But I do think that Fnatic's draft looks better overall. Like this Omni Knight is just
I'm dead.
out of place for me, I gotta say. And also, we haven't seen Pudge win like anything yet in SEA, so.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't looked the great. C Team had a decent first game we saw him play it, but apart from that, it was it didn't really shine as we were hoping here. But we'll have a quick pause as Bob hopefully able to figure out some of those connection issues. But they've got the win condition on the Templar Assassin. I'm intrigued though. How do you think Brewmaster is going to enable the lineup of Execration? Do you feel like he's a big piece to their component in the draft?
He always is, honestly, when you pick him, because you want to get to that Aghalim's refresher timing at some point. But the most important thing is going to be getting a fast 6 and then maybe getting a tower or 2 with that split. He's going for the Urn, maybe into the Midas, and then of course Axe to refresher, the usual stuff. The lane should be pretty hard though against Axe as well as Phoenix. Like there's a lot of dot damage coming. Monitor? Who smashed the monitor? By the way, Ares, was my camera disabled throughout most of this?
Just the very, very tail end, like 10 seconds before we switch screen. So you're okay.
Happened. Like my thing just stopped working. What did you do?
What did I do? Why are you blaming me?
Yeah.
What? How am I copping the blame? It's your fault. It's your camera.
It wasn't the camera. It was your program or whatever you use.
My program didn't do nothing.
Alright, bro.
Dude.
Alright, you're biased, of course. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna drink some water, cool down.
Yeah, alright, you better cool down, man.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
I saw you playing those games on stream earlier. You were, whew, man.
I was owning, dude.
Yeah, alright. Not from what I
just
saw.
You really want to go at this again? I'm gonna drink water one more time.
Or just cool off. Alright, I get some water in me too. That's alright.
Okay, good. I'm
30
good.
seconds to
Are we gonna
go.
see First Blood again at the same rune spot for the 5th billion quadrillionth time?
Nope. Just a scouting arrow. It's been worse when we've seen the Radiant team just run up the higher ground, then run down like right next to the right side of that tier 1 tower and just be like, oh, yeah, there's 5 heroes here. Maybe I actually can't really contest this. Looks like they're not going to do it this time. Radiant, they don't really have
Battle begins.
the numbers here to contest versus Execration. Oh. Whoa.
So bad, man. That punch is so bad.
Dude, what? He just missed one hook. That's a big
I mean,
one.
I don't mean his punch is bad. I just mean the hero itself is such a clown.
Do you like the persona?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I wanted to say no preemptively, but no.
It looks horrible.
It looks terrible.
It's so bad.
I
Like,
also hate the voice.
there are like so many other, like Pudge has a ridiculous amount of cosmetics, and you choose this one to go into the game with. Like, I don't know about this one, boss.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing where you're like, I'm dead.
Yep, straight up. No, well, we'll see.
Dead inside. This lane should be so rough for Pudge Omni though. Double range is always a little bit of an issue, especially if the Rubik has boots and your Omni Knight is like, let me hit you.
Yeah, it feels like Omni Knight is a position 5 in the lane is kind of just you try and soak abilities. It feels like he's a more
Radiant's courier has
mediocre
been killed.
Abaddon in a way.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to do usually at least when you play him as 5, is the lane is whatever, you just want to heal him up a little bit, but then just get a massive amount of stacks out and help him recover that way. But Pudge isn't really a stack taker, especially early on.
He's very much struggling the last hit under the tower as we'll swing down bot. Looks like Raven having a good time. 7 last hits. Do you feel like they're able to kind of harass out the Brewmaster? Because it feels like this hero isn't the greatest through the laning stage and then can pick up after that.
Brewmaster's laning stage has been... like, I don't actually know why it's so weak, to be honest. Like, he has 2 really good spells. But every time I see Brewmaster, he just lose lane. It's probably like his base stats are pretty weak. 2 armor, like 55 damage or so. But as I say that, Raven is taking a lot of damage. No regen left on him. DJ though, what a bro. 2 healing cells ready already.
Like, I got you, brother, don't worry. Raven didn't come out with too much sustain. That's quite often as what we see. He's even got his courier at the Dire Secret shop, so he's gonna make it the long trip around just to make sure it doesn't get killed off.
You have to be so careful. Like, if a random Mirage just goes there to arrow the big creep there, the courier is dead and your ring is gone.
It's a big one to lose there as we take a look how mid's going for XctN. He's 16 last hits and with 2 points already in the Edict, putting in a little bit of work on the tier 1 tower. How does a Leshrac want to skill bid versus a Templar Assassin?
Level 70 or 1-4-1-1. Like, you're going max Edict every time pretty much, because that's the way you kill TA. TA is very low range, so if she ever wants to aggress on you, you have this turnaround potential. Honestly, whenever you can on Leshrac, you always want to max Edict. It's just the best spell you have.
Denied.
Yeah.
Bob, like, if you got stunned in the tower there, oof, there's been a lot of trouble.
So he's still yet to see our first kill of the game at the moment as the lanes continuing to develop here. Is there a lane we should keep our eye out for a potential first blood?
I feel like it might honestly be middle. Like, when this Lesh hits like a surprise level 6 with the boots, might be a pretty easy kill. Like, top lane is pretty hard to kill. Pudge's ring, and should just be farming on both sides. Same as bottom, really. Like, Axe Phoenix is not really a killer lane until Axe gets levels. Who gets the rune? Wow, they both get a water rune.
Wow, heavy
DJ actually wanted to
congestion.
steal it. DJ mistimed his Icarus dive a little bit. So how's the mid experience looking? They're both exactly the same.
Wow.
So whoever gets 6 first is obviously going to be at a big advantage here. But if they get it at the same time, then there's no advantage.
Do we want to see some rotations potentially come out from the supports to maybe utilize that big level 6 advantage?
Definitely, especially for the Lash. Like, it's so easy to kill the TA. But what we need even more than that, never mind, we already have that, is a sentry ward. When you play middle against TA, you always need a sentry ward. Oh, steal the stacks as Axe. Are they gonna contest that?
For the hunt.
Beatties is
small.
Radiant structures.
Did you get
are
it?
fortified.
No, I didn't get
No.
it.
And he arrowed the small creep also. That's feels bad, man.
They did block up the Ancients. There's already a double stack there from Radiant, but they have a really, really strong lineup to invade early, and this is kind of the weakness of the TA. Like, you really want to be farming your Ancient stacks, your jungle stacks, and if you're against a team that can contest very early, you're going to see, you know, the prowess of this early game come through. Like, Fnatic are just going to put a lot of emphasis on kind of infiltrating through the triangle area.
Yeah. TA is really weak without level 6 especially, of course. And now that Lash is 6, gotta be careful when you're TA. You can die really quickly. Are we gonna see more sentry wards come out from the Dire side is the question.
Oh, RR's cliffed. You should be able to TP out, of course, but it's always kind of embarrassing to get cliff like that. Hate to see it.
Love to see it, you mean?
Love to see it.
Oh, we got a 1k gold lead already for the Radiant, despite no kills. That's always a little bit of a bad sign for a team, of course. Omni Knight trying to absorb some Edict, but the mid tower's taking a lot of damage. Arrow. It's a catapult.
Regeneration.
I like what they're doing here from Fnatic. I mean, you've got two side lanes that are very self-sufficient now with the Axe and the Death Prophet. So you can just bring your supports mid, utilize that catapult wave, utilize the 3 points in the Edict, and now, well, Execration. They're going to have to bring Rage Potato, who just hits level 6 with the creep falling. So it's a great timing as Bob is able to keep his life thanks to the Heavenly Grace, and First Blood will get picked up here. TA still falls though. DJ will tick him out to the damage over time. Looks like Rage Potato should be able to lock in jabs. This will be the second kill for Execration. Maybe they can turn it into DJ as well, as the dive's still on cooldown for another 20 seconds. They need the arrow up and available, and it is just off the timing. Kira's on point play from BDZ and co, securing them their first 3 kills of the game.
Same time though, Axe stole the entire Ancient stack of the Dire. I think it was a 3 stack. So was it really a win for Execration? I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at the net worth, they're ahead, and he is 4,100 compared to TA's 3,000. He's so farmed.
I mean, he literally just took a 3 stack. He took that double stack previously, and that on that hard camp. And this Axe is going to be a big boy.
And
Might have to go on a diet when he's like level 15 or so.
Bro, he don't want no diet. He wants to be the fattest boy around in this game.
We call it thick.
Thick.
Dire's top tower
DP
is
old
under
pot,
attack.
where's Lash? To beat back the middle, so have to be a little bit careful top about some rotations. Pudge has the hood, so why does Pudge only have 900
Radiant's
health?
courier has been killed.
Like usually you have this image of Pudge having like 10,000 health, you know what I mean?
Dire's
Alright,
middle
and he's
tower
dead.
has fallen.
Jabs. He'll get the
Pudge is
telekinesis
such a
off.
bad
and-
hero, dude.
Dude, this is your Pudge pick. Mirana's gonna get caught out as well. Fnatic. 3,000 net worth lead now. They are just out efficiency. Execration.
What do you mean it's a Pudge pick? I wouldn't have picked it here.
Bro, this is their Pudge pick. That's what I'm saying. It's looking no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno at all. Do you know the thing, the Kinder Bueno?
Yeah, the chocolates, yeah.
So nice, dude.
Dude, they are some delicious chocolates.
Yeah, my dad was
Dire's
working
bottom tower is under
in
attack.
at Favero,
Yeah.
where it's literally produced, right? And every month we would just get like this massive bag,
Gee.
box of chocolates, and like
Some
everything that
goodies.
was overproduced. Hell yeah, dude. Our entire storage was just full of
Just
everything.
loving life. Bueno chocolates.
sick.
You can't go wrong. Top lane. Maybe Fnatic have gone a little bit too deep here. Arrow just off the mark, but Rage Potato once again has the Bruise Split up and available. Always when you have this up, we're going to see Execration continue to play aggressive, but Palace is trying to man fight the Death Prophet at the moment, but
Come on.
Death will get brought down. That pure damage from the 2 points in the Purification, even Bob TPing in as well. But here's the emphasis: whenever Execration have this primal split, they're going to look to take fights. As Fnatic, they weren't available to combat that with their own big timing into the Exorcism.
A tithe to the impurities.
Yeah, when Exorcism is down, of course, DP is very weak. But you could see how long DP stayed alive by just draining the Pudge as well as the Brewmaster. Well, it's a big stack. Very big stack. Now, if Axe gets this stack as well, he's so close to his Mantis Die already. But what did it do to
Jesus.
contest it? They can't.
He's
Look
so
at the network.
farmed.
Oh, they
He's
caught the
so-
Brewmaster. Nice combination, and he's gone.
Dire's
Bye bye Raging
bottom
Potato.
tower is under
Was
attack.
really close to the Midas as well. That is a big kill to pick up here for XctN, as he's got one. Is he 2-1
Are you a
and
Lash
1?
player?
No, I'm not.
Okay, let me give you a Lash tip.
Yeah, 0.
When your ult is activated and you off on it instantly, you get another additional pulse like almost instantly. So if you need some extra burst damage or have the mana to spend it, some way to be more efficient.
You see these high experience and high caliber Lash
Dire's
players.
top
They've
tower is
always got
under
those little
attack.
tricks in the bag to play around with. As XctN is 2-1 and 1 at the moment, and yeah, looking really strong as they can
Dire's
take the
top
top
tower
tower with
has
ease,
fallen.
not really having to require to use that Death Prophet ult, but and now they've still got it in the backpack if they want it for another big fight. As well, XctN, along with
Radiant's
DJ,
bottom
they're going to smoke up to the
tower is
tier 2
under
tower,
attack.
look to see if they can get another +1
Radiant
connection
are
here.
scanning.
Do they even need it? You know, DJ
Dire
does have 2 points up in the
structures
Sun
are
Ray, so some of the percent damage, but now they're going to reveal the Yules. Supernova drop directly on their head. Palace at least protected with a Heavenly Grace, but they still got the Trap Cell as well. Is that enough to lock them in? XctN, he can chase down the Omni, but they can't chase down Palace. So Pudge will get back underneath the T1 tower, but he is lowest net worth out of all the cores and really struggling.
Unfortunately, I have to say it's not surprising. Like laning against the DP. You know, I played a lot of core Pudge, right? Especially mid during the DP meta. And I played against DP mid like almost every game. And it's just bad, man. It's like probably the hardest counter, or one of the hardest counters.
The prize is mine.
I mean, 5.5% max HP is damage with your Spirit Siphon is just ridiculous against a hero that your whole concept is being just a beefy boy.
And the ghosts, they shred you early on because you have no armor at all. And honestly, Pudge, just look at his health pool, it's not that high early on. Axe is close to 2,000, he's sitting at 1,200.
And this is an Axe that almost has Manta Style completed as well, so his farm's further going to increase, and not only his farm, but also just kind of suffocating the map and taking away some of the farm that Execration could potentially be picking up in the jungle. So we're going to continue to see this net worth lead grow here for Fnatic very shortly.
Yeah, I gotta say also, I don't like this Pudge skill build at all. Like usually, especially when you do core Pudge, you wanna max the rot, so you can farm jungle creeps, but he maxed the hook first.
X isn't popped here. Sans, can they control the Brewmaster before the ultimate? XctN's gonna try and fly on over, sets up on the hook, at least gives him a little bit of space, and now also with the Heavenly Grace enables him to get that split off. But they've got a numbers disadvantage here on Execration. Can they continue? Because XctN is just ripping through these Brewblings. I mean, Ragey Potato's got to split them up, but as long as they lock onto the Earthpender, there's no way he can get out afterwards. Maybe another hook from Palace will try and connect it forward, but a quick stance prevents the dismember. They're even going to drop the Supernova, which was going to force Execration to further disengage, but they're fighting without the Templar Assassin. Even Raven is looking to cut off the retreat as well. Fnatic, the pedal to the metal here. There's no room for Execration to play this game one as Fnatic sniffing them out like bloodhounds or chase them deep, and another big team fight victory for them.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Just making it look way too easy. And as you said, how do they play this game?
Is under attack.
I actually don't know what Execration has to do this time around to win this game. The team fight, even with the brew split, it was just so weak. There's just no damage. You can't fight against Slash, Exorcism, Egg, and whatever Rubik is going to steal. In this case, he stole Heavenly Grace, which is a massive buff up for the Leshrac even.
Yeah.
So this might be one of the bigger draft losses we've seen in the entirety of the tournament so far, unfortunately.
I mean, it's rough as well, because on paper you said Fnatic are probably the favored ones with the players they have, but you're giving up, I don't want to say giving up a game one, but you're at 5,000 deficit, and I don't think this is going to get any easier. And now you're potentially going to play down a best of 3 with already a game loss, and against the caliber of a team like Fnatic, giving them this window can be really scary. And now it's just potentially another kill. As XctN runs straight into Ragey Potato. RR's nearby, but that Heavenly Grace is not going to be able to do anything. Jabs might even just steal the ultimate if he wants it, or he might just look to hold the Heavenly Grace instead. He'll finally take the big Guardian Angel once Bob shows up, and well, now Bob instantly has to reset his positioning, recognizing, well, there's no way you can dish out any damage at the moment.
I mean, the only comeback factor they have is the TA potentially. Like, it's really the only thing they have. But both Lash, honestly, all of their cores are so amazing against TA, especially early on. Phoenix as well. It doesn't seem like a great TA game either. Like, usually you want to pick core heroes that, like you make up for each other's weaknesses, but Pudge is also terrible against these heroes.
Yeah, like you said, I guess the shining spot for Execration is the TA farm, but when you're up against the bad matchup that they have, then it's going to be very difficult for them to find a route back into this game here in Execration. Maybe they can sneak Roshan potentially. You always have this capability as a TA that can take it at very quick succession. As top Ragey Potato just force out the Bruce split.
It's the only team fight you have pretty much, and now it's gone.
No, we might just see Fnatic look to smoke up and deathball down the lane here, and yeah, they're going to do just that. Jabs and Death are going to lead. Raven also has the blink available. A jump instantly on top of Palos. So with all the percent damage, he gets decimated. They're even going to be able to catch out the Omni Knight as well. Again, they stole the Guardian Angel. It's still on cooldown for another 70 seconds on the Rubik. Are they going to let him live? Nah, Death should be able to find him. I mean, it's just... What a draw from Fnatic. Now they can think about taking Roshan. They don't have level 2 in Exorcism. It's just a little bit shy of the experience, but I don't think it matters with the lead that Fnatic have.
I can't believe Omni didn't use any spell for, like, ever. Now you gave her a Guardian Angel again, which is the only thing that can stop the TA. Sure, you have the spell in terms of Brewmaster, but what if he has it on cooldown or can't get it off? And suddenly your entire, what we said is their strong point is gone. TA is all physical.
And they're already itemizing for that physical as well, as XctN is got the plate mail. I don't know if he's just gonna, I think he's gonna hold the plate mail and go Sanj and Kaya. The Death Prophet, almost, I believe, BKB completed. We'll probably see Death go into some armor items. This is Holy Locket on DJ completed as well, which is a great way to enable your sustain on the Death Prophet and your Leshrac. So this game's just gonna continue to get so difficult for Execration.
And does Raven have a shard yet?
No,
he has the money for it.
Yeah, he's got the money. He's got the
But
moolah.
not time yet.
Raging Potato's not going to have the life either, though, for this game. Still ultimate on cooldown for another 20 as Dire. They were looking to connect, but they're under a ward. Raven, nice two-man call onto both the melee heroes as well, pretty much, as Bob has to stand his ground. But there's the Guardian Angel just coming to play just in case Execration want to look to spring the trap. But with the numbers disadvantage, they have to look to reset once again, as it's all Fnatic here.
Perhaps a little bit wasted the Guardian Angel. Oh, look at that ward on the Dire just outside of range, like literally on the edge. It's saying, hello, I'm right here.
Right here, hello.
Nothing to say. And you can just see the percentage damage on the Brewmaster. The Phoenix Sunray and the Spirit Siphon just completely decimated him. No chance. No chance, as they say in France.
The prize is
Poor
mine.
Palos. He's trying this Pudge one. Can't say it's working too well.
Well, they're not gonna pick that one again for sure.
I don't think so. Raging Potato's gonna be careful. He can definitely get chain control before he gets the ultimate off. They're gonna try and utilize their Heavenly Grace, but he stance still with the status resistance. There's the ultimate. Bob's already found a pick off thanks to the hook, so no Rubik for this team fight, but Fnatic, they're gonna try and group up to the northern tree line. They still have the Supernova as well, but the Dismember dragging back the axe. A solid fight occurring here for Execration, but Palos has lost his life, and now with the constant sustain, they have to force themselves away from the egg as BDZ's gonna try and bring it down with the leap attack speed, but he's not able to. The egg will pop as Raven's also controlling up the Brewmaster. One more Starstorm's enough, as it will be a 2 for 3, but meanwhile, the Fnatic cores are chasing down RR as he's got no way to escape. Will attempt to TP, in fact, and maybe with a miss on that split earth, he's able to get back to safety, but a fight won nonetheless for Fnatic as they're also going to claim the Tier 2 tower.
Yeah. Down it is.
Bob?
Bob.
Okay.
Bubble. No. Oh, the hook. Like,
Oh, so
10 seconds
close.
after they tip it out. You were here before, right? Yeah! Oh man, Pudge, such a garbo hero. I said it many times, but he's just so bad.
They're trying. They're trying to make it work. They're just, what they're doing is they're trying to show Daddy Gaben that this hero needs some buffs. That's why they're giving him a little bit of limelight. Daddy Gaben's watching, and then he's gonna be like, all right, well, let's bring Pudge back. Let's just revitalize him a little bit.
I gotta say, Palos doesn't seem at all like comfortable in the hero. Like he's maxing Flash Heap over skilling like an armor talent or anything like that. Like you're basically getting 1 extra strength instead of 4 armor, which is obviously not super worth it.
Oh, he's only got 2 Flesh Heap charges. Dude, that's
pretty rough.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. All right, they do have Aghanims on Raging Potato, so we have seen the fights that Execration have looked decent is when they've got a full duration of this brew split. Now he's going to have 2 charges to play with. Bob, maybe when he is able to pick up BKB as well, this could give them some, you know, way to stand their ground in the fights, but, you know, we're kind of grasping at straws here. RR's level 8. Whew.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's good.
Yep.
Patch Aghanim's online, baby. Let's go.
Alright,
Radiant's
Palace is
bottom
back.
tower is under attack.
Oh, Ragey Potato. Smoke's gonna pop. Might just have to preemptively use the ultimate. Raven. A blind call there, and well, now we will. It's Ragey Potato. He can get rid of the Axe Illusions. Now, Raven's still, I mean, he's got so much health to play with, especially with the Sunray. They need to find the Phoenix. In fact, they're just gonna try and cycling up the Death Prophet. Palos missing the hook, so they can't reposition him. Now, but just with the single Earth Panda, can he survive long enough? No, the kill. Raven commits it for the kill. It's going to be on cooldown now for 50, but they're happy enough from taking away that second opportunity with the Primal Split. As Palos looks to Delta Split away, but, you know, he's just going to waste as much time for Execration to get back to safety. Have they seen Bob, though? Nah, they don't even care about the TA. It's objective-based gaming here from Fnatic as they're going to walk it down the middle lane.
Dire's middle tower is
But did the Brewmaster there? He could have cancelled the split at any time. I don't know if he knows the mechanic or not. He had like a good 3 seconds to do it.
Has fallen.
Now, potentially, it's lights out for them. One more edict and the tower is gone. 5 seconds cooldown on that. Oh, and Rubik stole this member, man. Stolen this member is so strong.
He's got
The
a
range on that is insane.
Yeah, he's got a crap load of cast range too.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
BDZ? Are they actually trying to take the fight? And Ragey Potato still has ultimate, a beautiful timing on the silence jabs. See when he wants to utilize this stolen dismember, but again, they need to get on DJ to take away this Sunray healing percentage. Finally, Flesh will fall. Now Death's gonna be the next target. The one on the meat chopping board here for Palos as we'll drag him back. A couple more right clicks will do the good old trick. As Ruhouse has Ragey Potato caught. DJ's already utilized the dive. And this should set up, oh no, unable to get the Cyclone down, but still DJ afterwards. He'll end up falling here. Unfortunately, Dire don't have Roshan to take, but they can go and try and transition this into the tier 1 tower.
Yeah. Overstayed their welcome a little bit on Fnatic. No ult means they're not actually that strong. Good recognition by Execration, punishing them. And now the gold lead is going to be back down to 5k. Still very much in the game. Like, if they survive this mid-game, I do think their late game looks pretty decent. Even though the patch isn't, like, super snowballed or anything like that. Once he gets his items up, he's always going to be strong.
Is the issue, though, with the late game just because of how much percent damage Fnatic have? Like, it feels like Palos is really banking off this BKB, giving them a lot of one-team fights where you can just snowball this into another item. Because I'm just worried, like, how are you going to deal with the Siphon percent damage and the Sunray as well?
I mean, you do have a Hood and your passive to alleviate that a little bit, but... Wait, sorry. I just saw a Philosopher's Stone on the patch.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh, you're going to see Brewmaster probably falling
You guys
as well.
ain't getting it.
Hey, he's greedy. He's like, I've had a rough
He has
game.
ult.
Ragey Potato is having a rough one of it as well. Has to pop that ultimate just to reset.
Yeah. I mean, you can just cancel the split on any Bruling, so you'll never die. This is virtually impossible.
So silly.
Dire are
I don't
scanning.
think that should be a thing on the Axe, to be honest.
The hero was definitely trash before this, though.
Much obliged.
Yeah, but now he's too good with those 2 items,
Yeah.
right? Refresher, Axe. So you gotta have like a fine line in between. I feel like the 2 charges in general already is a big deal.
Because he's all on his team fight. That's pretty much what he provides, and that's it.
Out of my
Oh, he has no blink. Ooh.
Bob? Oh, it's a
Oh, he
lot of
can't do
spins!
damage. It's to be expected though. Shard as well as, well, Shard. So you get all his spins and no problem.
And now Ragey Potato, his ultimate's on cooldown as well. Looks like they'll just have to sacrifice RR. And we'll put the body on the line here to allow the rest of Execration to reset, but they are giving away a couple of freebies here.
Roshan is up in a minute. Honestly, it's not looking terrible for the Dire. Sure, they were bleeding away a couple of kills, but only 4k lead now. Slowly and steadily bringing it back. Wow, Palace, you have to be careful. Whoa, everyone's here. What?
They're all getting caught outside the map. Another pick off. Raven's loving life. Dominating streak now for your Axe. A Burka B was...
gold for that.
Yeah,
Look at his net worth difference. He was
I don't know
7k
how.
ahead, but he gets 650 gold.
I don't know how he gets that much.
Me neither. That is so weird. Hey, the guy's snowballing. Let's make him snowball even more. Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Oh boy. Well, Roche is up in 28, which is the Pudge death timer as well, so they will have all their numbers here to potentially take a 5-on-5 for Execration, but 6,000 net worth lead deficit, and the items continuing to flow in for the side of Fnatic.
Can we talk about Phoenix having 3,000 health with just a halberd?
Gee, 3.5
Holy
strength
locket.
gain on a support? Bonkers.
Why does he have a 500 health talent also? What is that?
Doesn't even need it. But drops him down to a measly 2,400? Oh, what a shame.
It's too weak.
Rage Potato? It's a big target to bring down, but luckily enough, he's got the A on disc. A quick silence and status resistance coming into play, enabling him to get the ultimate off. Rated, they haven't committed any big ultis yet, but a BKB from Death, looking to try and reset with the Cyclone, drag back. They don't time it with the arrow. It's a big miscommunication there from the side of Execration. Now they need to try and collapse on forward. DJ getting targeted down, but still the damage is lacking as DJ can use the ultimate whenever he wants to, but a beautiful timing. XctN with the split after the Brewmaster split expires. No, Execration, they've got to reset now. As Omni Knight will get chased down. BDZ's in trouble as well. Just another miss on the hook or the arrow after the Cyclone, and now Bob's gonna get caught out mid lane. 2 jabs! He stole the brew split! So they've got tabs on Bob. He can attempt a BKB TP out and he will make it. But not the fight they're looking for from Execration.
Not at all, and Rubik just stole Meld as well, so that Roche is gonna go down a whole lot faster. Thanks for the exit gift, Mr. Bob. I appreciate it. But his axe is massive. Lash, Shiva's guard. Is he even going Shiva's? Well, doesn't look like it. Just casual plate mail. Overwhelming blink next. Aegis cheese, shard, shard on Lash. Good old balance. OS frogs in chat, thank you. Axe might get caught out here potentially. He just ate the cheese. You can't solo kill the tier, can you?
Bob? Okay. Wait, so did you say Axe just ate the cheese?
It ate it right away.
No cheese. He was lactose intolerant. He didn't want the cheese, that's why.
Thanks.
Just spat it out like, I don't need this. Who do you think I am? Top of the net worth. Lovely game
Look at
here.
his body though. He's definitely a milk drinker. You can't get these gains without milk.
Need that calcium.
Yeah, calcium. Man, does calcium actually strengthen your bones, or is that a myth?
I have not been told otherwise that it's not a myth, so I mean I'm gonna stick with what I was told a while ago, that I believe it does in fact help with the bones.
I'll believe you then. For the first time in my life, even though that is a mistake probably.
What the hell is your issue?
What do you mean?
Bro, you got big problems with me. I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna
I
have
don't,
to...
I'm casting with you. What do you mean?
You don't believe me at all. I tell you what,
No,
we're
I
gonna
do
have to
now.
battle it out.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual cards, let's go.
The old-fashioned way. Go. I got the better card
Yes.
deck.
I'm gonna sacrifice my 2 low-level cards and summon the blue-eyed white dragon.
Fnatic, mass experience lead, smoked up, looking for a fight. We'll see what target they can lock onto first. Who do they want to prioritize with their jump? Raven leading the charge, but the Orchid freshly completed. Raging Potato and Bob might be in trouble here. As Smoke's gonna pop. Bob, nice counter blink, and now instantly Raging Potato pops the ultimate. They're a little bit disconnected here as Radiant. They need to look to group up. on top of all the Brewlings. His jabs is falling really low, but Raging Potato's got to be careful. One more Brewling left available. Gets out of it now. Going to use the secondary ultimate as they look to reach death. Oh, that's Sidebleed. Now, can they lock onto the Death Prophet? Still got the BKB. The hook dragging back, but an instant Lotus or Palace. He doesn't have to dismember. They're going to continue to try and chase down Death, but now with the BKB expiring, is the damage enough for the rot? Palace is going to be careful how deep he goes because he's got no backup here, but it looks like he can do it solely on himself as now Raging Potato has to reset. Aeon Disc is out once again with the status resistance. This doesn't look like a solid fight for Fnatic. It's Bob cleans up the back lane, the side bleed, the hook as well. Execration, they're bringing themselves back into this game one as XctN will fall. The buybacks has to be costly here for Fnatic if they need to come back and help the respawn after the Aegis Raven. A big jump in, straight on top of Palace. The Guardian Angel just a little bit too late. Not going to be able to protect you from the counter healing spins, but Bob still, the big old win condition from the side of Execration. Can he do it by himself? But XctN is on top of him. Can bring him down with a pulse Nova damage, and that's it. Fnatic, a big buyback helping out as the cause from the side of Radiant. Less Shinax, too much damage.
Yeah, Stolen Guardian Angel nullifying all of the damage he can deal. But still, sure, it wasn't like the easiest. You had to get like 3 big Psyblade crits. But super well played by Bob. And that is really where all the damage comes in. You saw DP was full health, dropped to like 25% from one Psyblade crit. That is insane. And of course, the hero is not unbalanced. It's very balanced. That's why it's getting first pick every game. You can exactly see why here. Why does it spill full screen? It is insane.
Pure
Does he have
damage,
a quiver? Doesn't even have a quiver.
Just the good old Sideblade's talent with the Dragonlance. That's all she needs here for TA. But the issue is Fnatic all back alive here. They've got Exorcism as well. Level 3 is a jump in. Raven just wants to instantly assassinate the Miner and will be able to do so with ease. No BDZ. Gem on the deck as well. Who got it? Did Corey get it? Oh, Bellis, alright. A little bit of a win. Getting the gem.
That's the hook.
Dyer's middle barracks has fallen.
Stole the hook.
Dyer's
Let's use a better patch.
structures are fortified.
Jabs.
Dyer's top tower is
Oh,
under
Oh, I got him.
Double hook, what's going on? Buybacks now. Palace gonna try and eat the Rubik. Can they bring him down? No, the call, not enough to protect him, but they have to reset away from the Supernova. They don't have the attacks to bring it down. Now with the ultimate disadvantage here, Raging Potato's gonna try and swing him forward, but the axe is falling too low once again. Bob is able to freely melt through the heroes of Fnatic. And DJ, just putting the body on the line, will try and sacrifice his life so the rest of the team can escape to safety. But that's 3 down, still a costly fight as a couple of buybacks come into play.
Of course, from the patch. Also a dieback rather. But still, like if they can hold on for a little longer, I think they can probably pull it back. The refresher on the Brewmaster is gonna be massive. And he's about 2,000 gold away from it. He even took the Philosopher's Stone.
Wait, what's going
Dasher
on?
going in again.
XctN? He's got no, they have no stuns. Bob hits hard though, so you don't have to worry. Good old
Radiant's middle
stuns are
tower is under
nice.
attack.
Yeah, they have 2 of them.
Makes Dota fun to play with 2 stuns.
Yeah, not if they're both dead though. But yeah, the last fight was also very weird. You remember the mid fight? Just thinking back, DP did not use ult the entire fight long.
Yeah, I
I wanted to bring it
wonder.
up, but I don't know why. Because he was alive for a long time.
And he's got pretty defensive items too, like BKB, Lotus Orb. Doesn't really feel like he needs an Aeon Disc this game with the lack of stuns that Execration have. So, is there an item that you could see help the Death Prophet here to make sure it gets that ultimate off?
Aeon Disc. Aeon Disc. Whenever in doubt, just buy Aeon
Just go
Disc.
Aeon.
Although they have Brewmaster to spell it, doesn't work through BKB of course, so.
XctN? Well, they cancel the TP? I think it was ROs. Not that it really matters on an Omni, but looks like this game should stall out a little bit. Fnatic have a full set of barracks advantage here, but Bob is starting to come into that late game warrior that we see so often on the Templar Assassin, and he's still not even 6 slotted.
Yeah. Swiftblink Rapier to go.
Even
The axe though,
Oh.
a ton of damage with the Bloodthorn now. Giving him 90 attack speed for extra spins. And all these crits, of course. Might need a nullifier, though, to deal with that Brewmaster, potentially.
It really has felt like this Brewmaster has been such an issue through the team fights. Your capability to cyclone up one person and completely mitigate their impact through a fight, and just the extra control that it can really provide. Wonder if Fnatic just have to... The issue is like, if you're jumping Rage Potato, you're going to have to go through Aeon Disc plus an Omni Knight to back him up there.
Radiant are scanning.
Shadows take us.
It's just like, how do you start here? Like, who's the priority, do you feel like, from Fnatic? Do they want to jump the Omni, or are they still okay with trying to slam down this big kill on the Brew?
Scanning.
Always want to jump the Omni.
Wait,
Oh my god, that's it, for gem!
What's Slash doing here?
Well, that's an instant 3k gold swing. And that is also now the refresher picked up on Brewmaster.
Oh.
Quadruple split. Fun times incoming.
Unfortunate that Roshan's still another minute 40 away from the respawn. But that's a long death timer. 80 seconds still down. We'll see what map pressure Execration can put on, as bot's getting pushed in from Bob, who's 25, so went for the refraction instances. Mid's getting shoved out as well. So we'll see with these lane setups if they can get anything more out of it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'm looking around and I'm still trying to gauge how strong Fnatic really is late game, because DP is getting sort of poor at this point. Like, he has only 2 items. And like, he can die so fast. Like, he's going A on this now, but that's a while away. And his patch is actually getting stronger and stronger now.
Swiftly to the temple's defense.
EA? Or TA rather, the hell.
Oh,
About to finish Swift Blink.
Pudge has got the Ag Shard. So we'll see how this defensive Dismember can keep one of the boys alive.
It's just defensive Dismember. Also, the fact that it reduces Dismember cooldown by 10 seconds is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, wow.
It goes from 20 to 10.
Halving it. He's got the 20
And
talent
of
as well.
course, yeah, like late game, that is your biggest damage tool. If you have the 20, 25 talents, you can literally solo kill a hero just by dismembering him, and then you have it again in like 7 seconds. That's why it's so strong late game. Now, what I never understood with the way they describe the talent, 1.8 times dismember damage. Does that mean the damage per second as well as the strength multiplier, or just the damage per second? Because they don't say it, right?
We're just going through our games that we've seen. Some of the tool tips are wonky. Remember that Meepo one, like on day 1, I think we had, where they're just like, what is this tool tip? Like, what?
Yeah, because if it is 1.8 times the strength, 1.8 times the strength as well, that is a massive upgrade. And it feels like it is because it deals a ton of damage suddenly, but you never know. You never know with Dota.
Oh, no, so you do not. Yeah, love to see maybe with the big patch coming up shortly, if there can be some changes to some of the tooltips. Yeah, because some are confusing. Did you see Death actually went for the Ag Shard on Death Prophet? How do you rate this Aghanim Shard?
Because it gives you 1 additional charge, and the fear, is it after 4 seconds? Yeah, after 4 seconds is super good. Especially like post BKB, if like a TA is fighting you, you just drain him, suddenly he just feared for 2 seconds, can't do anything. And it can even be really good for like a follow-up on a lift or whatever.
On
like,
mid lane. Okay, I thought Raging Potato was
good.
gonna run in.
Yeah, I mean, Raging Potato is
Radiant's
unkillable
middle
at this point.
tower is under attack.
Can't initiate on him.
And he's got the Ag Shard queued up. Maybe this is we'll see how Raging Potato can micro that extra ability. The only issue is right now is that Roshan's up, and Dire are aware of this. They're going to see Death nearby, so we'll see how fast they can get over with X isn't committed. And Radiant are ripping through Roshan. They're going to be too late to contest it. Raging Potato will try and disrupt this, but already the Aegis picked up on XctN. They get the Aghanim's as well. Let's see how Dire want to try and find an angle to take the team fight. As one split's been wasted, but luckily enough, he's got 3 left in the bank.
And Rubik consumed the Aghanim Scepter, so his spell still cooldown is 1.8 seconds at this point. Why not? If he gets the Guardian Angel now, that's game winning. Or the split.
Do you even consider using it from the Omni? Because if you, again, like if you give that over, that's literally just team fight winning. That's all of your TA's damage.
A mysterious.
They jump in. Axe is caught. He doesn't have Aegis nor Cheese on Raven. Call potentially into the blink away. They're gonna dive aggressively with the help, but that Supernova is gonna force Execration to retreat away, but they're not all connected here, so it's a wasted retreat as they can't look to reset. Palos will fall, and that's another Brew Split used as well from Raging Potato. He's stuck in the area. He's got the Aeon Disc skill, needs to use the Refresher Orb to play with another split. Will now use it. Gives him a second use of the Aeon Disc as well, but he's got to get that ultimate up before the stuns, and still another call. Raven can chain lock him in place. See if he can get to safety though. This stupid Aghanim. XctN will deal with another. Raging Potato has got one more split available. They're locking on top, but there's the Suns. The crowd control afterwards. No way you get this last split off. A dead Brew, 90 seconds on the deck. That is a massive, massive kill for Fnatic.
That fight looked so discombobulated from Execration. They were just not together at all. One was here, one was there, 2 were here. It's like, what was the plan there? Because Putch jumped Axe, right? But he didn't take any damage. There was no follow-up. And yeah, now they have to defend 60 seconds without the Brewmaster, who has the refresher on cooldown anyways. Exorcism up in 5. It's a big problem.
Oh, he bought out for the Ag Shard too. It's no good. No good for Execration. They'll try and hope that the Glyph could delay it long. Bob is going to jump in, but an instant solemn Brew Split from Jabs will keep him alive there. But they're wasting time. We'll see if this is enough, however.
Dire's bottom tower is under
There's a lot of damage coming through.
Dire's bottom
Look,
tower has
XctN. Oh man, a flicker less track.
yeah,
That's pretty
careful.
broken. TA might just get brought down though. Palos with the Aghanim's Dismember eats up the friendly, gets him back to the fountain. But you now have to rely on the buybacks for Execration at BDZ. 3 leaps away. Isn't enough to get back inside the base. So XctN, he's way too deep. Another flicker back to safety. What a broken neutral line of XctN. How is he still alive? Another round of the Supernova. But they can't bring it down. The egg will pop, starting them all up. And Fnatic, they flood the base. The buybacks coming into fruition still. TA, Mirana, they've got Raging Potato back alive. Fnatic, have they gone too deep? They'll lock in the Rubik. Jabs will fall. They'll look to death, but a quick BKB to the TP out. They don't have the control. They've got to turn their attention to DJ. They should cancel the Phoenix's TP. At least they'll get the double support, but that's a costly defense from Execration.
Acts like.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, the Meteorix is still up at least. That's something. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Fnatic is just playing with their food at this point. I feel like they could have easily ended this game if they wanted to. Or maybe not end the game, but at least get Mega Creep. Raging Potato? Where was that?
Oops. Mid lane, Raven just jumped him. My bad. Oh
Go easy.
no. Now Bob, he's got Palos behind him. Pausing the mark. They're going to burn the refraction. Palos, let's see if the Dismember is enough. But can he's not going to be able to get back inside the base. Not that it even matters. Great use of the Hurricane Pike now with the damage stacking up on Axe. But it's not the spill damage with the Pure. Bob's still going to try and stand his ground, but they don't have buybacks. As Execration cannot take this head-to-head as Fnatic ramming themselves deep inside the base. They're going to have to rely on the 3 heroes. Raven, another jump in. He's not caught. Maybe they have the grace and the purification, but Bob's going to lose his life as well. 4 down. The XctN can do it all on himself with the help of death. And the G's are dropped to 44. Minute victory is Fnatic. Take game 1 here in our upper bracket round 1.
It wasn't the cleanest game that Fnatic ever played, but the draft was strong. They controlled the game pretty much throughout the entire game, and I guess props to Execration. They almost brought it back in a way
Axe
where I didn't really
preaching death.
like see it happen. You know, like these Psyblade attacks were really massive, and they always managed to mount a comeback on the back of those. But yeah, like it was just way too difficult, man. Like too many stuns, too much team fight, well executed draft, Fnatic 1-0. Made it look easy.
Made it look easy. We'll see though. I feel like next game we'll probably see the band switch up a little bit. I don't think Fnatic will, at least if Execration have first pick, I don't think Fnatic will let through that TA again, and maybe vice versa as well. If Execration, they'll probably get rid of Raven's Axe because one, how flexible it is, and two, how well they play around it. He was so farm, like had a 2,000 net worth lead at like 10 minutes into the game, Raven's Axe compared to the second highest, which was the TA, and that was just enough to enable them to find these big items. The team fight execution for Fnatic, they just had a much easier way to play Dota with all their big ultimates, whereas Execration were really relying on that Bruce split, and we saw a while that was helping them out drastically, but Execration, they were just unable to not pull back this game one, and now they're one game down here in the upper bracket round one match. Luckily enough, either team, there is still the lower bracket run potentially to make a run through, but we're not even at that stage just yet. Fnatic Execration game 2 coming up shortly. It's going to be another bloodbath. We'll see you guys soon. About a 5-minute break until that one's up and available.